Hi, welcome back to Stuff with Faith. This is episode number 5. Uh, Today we're going to be doing questions. And well, before I get into that, I was desperately trying to stream while playing WoW. But ended up upgrading the NVIDIA game thing. And when I upgraded it, it took away the option to live broadcast. Or even I was gonna just record, but it doesn't even record you anymore in with the gameplay. It's just the gameplay. And so I've got to figure all that out tomorrow. I'm hoping I'm hoping I can figure it out tomorrow so I can actually get get to stream playing my game. So but today we're just gonna doodle and answer some questions. It sounded nice and relaxing, you know. I gotta do that. Put this over here. Yeah, there. So let's start. There's quite a few things I it's just doodle stuff is what it really is. Um it's not like it's like stuff for doodling. And I got a few pages here, like 3 or 4 pages of doodle icons to work with. Um so yeah, I guess we'll just kind of just start going down one page and hope for the best. And then while we're doing that, we can answer questions. Or I can answer questions. Y'all listen to me answer questions. But if you do feel like joining, I would more than appreciate it. And maybe you can answer the questions yourself. What, baby? Yeah, sure. So this one's titled Dumb Questions to Ask Friends. So our first question is, if animals could talk, which would be the rudest? I think badgers, actually honey badgers. I think honey badgers would be the rudest. They'd be like, get off my lawn, and then rip your foot off in the process. Blood just spewing everywhere. Dude, if animals can talk, which animal do you think would be the rudest? You don't want to answer? A tiger, he says. A stupid tiger is actually what he said. Okay, so now, well, I hope you guys had a good day. Um, I I had a weird day. So, my son came and woke me up this morning because he said his daddy was falling asleep. And now my husband does work overnight, so it's not unusual for him to start falling asleep when he first gets home. Um, and I came out in the living room. I tried getting him up to get him to the bedroom. It wasn't necessarily working or anything. So just kind of let him be. I tried a couple of other times to get him to go lay down in the bedroom, but whenever we had left I had to go to the pharmacy today. And whenever we had left to go to the pharmacy, he was awake when we got back. And and then Jude fell asleep. And then after Jude fell asleep, I was like, man, I kind of want to take a nap. And that was around like 4. And I just got up about 20 minutes ago. Or no, about 30 minutes ago. I got up about 30 minutes ago. And um but yeah, earlier today, whenever Jude was asleep, Mason was trying to help me figure out the live broadcasting for the gameplay, like the gameplay while I'm on the screen as well, and we just couldn't get it figured out um for whatever reason. So if y'all know of any like ways that you can record the game and yourself at the same time, and it's like something I can download, feel free to leave it in the comments. That would be great. Because I'm new to all this. I'm sure I'll learn more along the way, but there's not too much about it that I know. I'm just doodling a little. So far, I've drawn the sun and a crescent moon and a cloud. All right, next question. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? I'm just gonna go with the 100 duck-sized horses because you could just punt them. You could take a golf club and you could take a rake and just get them out of there. Like there's multiple ways to solve that situation, but a horse-sized duck, no, no, I'm not messing with that. Not messing with that at all. Yep, I would not be messing with that any day. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys are having a good day. Um, my day was just off schedule. Usually Mason stays up until like 3 or you want barbecue chips? Okay. I will be back to finish that story. Yeah, usually Mason gets off early in the morning and he'll stay up until about at latest like 3 or 4. And those are his late days. So this morning I didn't even get to talk to him right after he came home from work because he was asleep, or because I wasn't awake whenever he first got home, and he started falling asleep before I got up. But I will I lost my ruler. Like, I need my ruler and I lost it. I don't know where it went off to, but it disappeared. Yeah, but my whole day broken down is I woke up, called a place to help pay for my prescriptions, um, sat, kind of journaled for a little bit, set up the questions for today, got that all printed out, got it put in the folder. Um, and then around 12:15, something like that, me and Jude went and met my mother-in-law at Sonic, which is, hey baby, which is uh it's close to us. And so we met her over there. Jude wanted to run across the parking lot with cars oncoming, and I wouldn't let him go. And I was like, Jude, there's cars. And this lady in a car was like, giving me that stank face because of how I was handling my son. And I didn't care because I'm not gonna let him get run over. And anyway, we go over there, go to gas station, get her some gas, get the kids some candy. And uh when we got back home, Mason was awake. So we kind of spent some time working on the laptop trying to get the stream figured out so that way I could be in camera with the game. And it just wasn't working. And then we all took naps, and Jude came and woke me up from that nap a little bit ago, and now I'm here. So let's go to the next question. Is cereal soup? Why or why not? I say, I never even thought about calling cereal soup, but I think of soup as like savory and cereal is sweet. And so I'm going to say no because it's not savory. Mason, feel free to answer any of these questions while you're watching. Okay, question number 4. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends assume you had done? Oh, man, they would think I killed somebody. Hands down, they would think I killed somebody. I have a friend who thought I was dead. And then when I reached out to him, he's like, "You're alive?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm alive." But yeah, um, I either think they think I would kill somebody, or that they think that they would think I was like, that it was just for show or something like that. Let's see. Would a fly without wings be called a walk? No, it is a fly without wings. It's as simple as that. And now I'm going to draw me a fly. Fly, fly. Well, then I'll show you the flies in a second. Can you see them? Flies. Oh man, my leg broke. That is the wrong way to draw a cloud. It's supposed to be raining. Rain cloud. The flies are caught in the rain. Well, let's move on to the next questions, shall we? Um, okay. If an ambulance is on its way to save someone and it runs someone over, does it stop to help them? That depends on the person driving the unit, the ambulance. I mean, I imagine that they would have to call in another ambulance to pick up the person they were supposed to pick up so that way they can handle the person they ran over. I'm assuming that's how that would go. The thing about doodling, I feel like it's way more it it's way harder. It's easier to mess up a doodle page than it is like something you're actually drawing because you don't know what you're going for on a doodle page. You kind of just drawing things here and there, and you got to kind of place them. At least me, I kind of place them in certain areas around each other without taking up too much space, but leaving space for other things. I think it just depends, really. But for me, doodling doodling pages are a little riskier because it's not like it's all dedicated to one thing. It's like a bunch of different things. I'll draw some fish bones. Okay, that I think this shouldn't be in the middle. So where's that middle? Like that. Okay, let's see what we got going on next. Do penguins have knees? I don't know. I don't know if penguins have knees. I don't know. It is something to think about, though. Number 8. If you try to fail and succeed, which one did you do? You succeeded. Yeah, you succeeded for sure. Because right there, if you try to fail and succeed, which one did you do? You succeeded. Gives you the answer right there in the question. I'm just kidding. Why is it called building a building if it's already built? Because people wanted to call it a building. Okay. And you have to do renovations and all kinds of stuff on buildings. You don't just stop and, you know, and that's all it, hunky dory. It's literally, you keep working on it for years and years. I feel like, anyway. I'm about to show y'all some of the doodle here in a second. And here's what we got going so far. You can see that. Hmm. Let's just keep doodling. Oh wait, another question. If you got out of the shower clean, how does your towel get dirty? Well, your skin cells. Your skin cells that you just scrubbed, you're washing off in the shower. Have you ever like gotten out of the shower and you go like this really hard and all those extra skin cells pop up? And that, and then like the water that's trapped in the towel, if you don't hang it up properly, if you leave it just sit on the floor, it'll build mildew, and that's another way it can get dirty. Or it can get dirty if you have no paper towels to clean up vomit or something like that. You're using a towel. So, I mean, it really just depends, I guess. We're gonna make it down to the end of these questions, and that'll be the end of that'll be me signing off after that. 'Cause like I said, my head's not really in it right now, but I did make a post saying that I was gonna stream today. Uh it just really sucks that I can't figure out how to get this thing to work so it records my face um while I'm gaming. So another question. So we got 4 more questions left. Why is abbreviated such a long word? I don't know, because it needed to be. I have no idea. I have no answer to that. If a vegetarian eats vegetables, what does a humanitarian eat? Burgers, birds, birdos. If you're bald, what hair color do they put on your driver's license? I never even thought about that. They probably just ask you what your hair color naturally is, you know, and then just put that there. Okay, 2 more questions. If a tomato is a fruit, does that make ketchup a smoothie? No, that does not make ketchup a smoothie because ketchup is tomato puree. So it would be puree. Yeah. If you expect the unexpected, doesn't that make the unexpected expected? Depends on if you had the exact thought on it or not. So when they say expect the unexpected, it means to just be prepared for any scenario. And maybe a scenario happens that you were prepared for it and you have like a little med kit or a flashlight or whatever. You got exactly what you need for that unexpected expected moment. Um, but there's plenty of things that can go on and happen in life that you're never going to be prepared for, that you're never going to be prepped for. So I would have to say not necessarily. So I do not think that that would make the unexpected expected. I think the only time you could say that it would to be truly expected is if it's a pattern. And then at some point in time, you're like over it, okay, I got this, got to deal with this, that kind of thing. That would be the only thing that made sense to me that way. But guys, I'll show you what doodles I got so far. I think I already showed you, but I'm gonna show you one more time. Got some tulips, stick bones, flies. And that is it for me today because, well, like I said, I'm a little frustrated that I couldn't do the streaming like I wanted to. So, yeah, I'm just gonna hop off here and thank you for joining me on Stuff with Faith, episode 5. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time.